Well, when you find out, let us know. It is difficult because it doesn't even have to be geographical cultures. Sometimes one individual has grown up in more of an affluent household. Another individual grew up with, when you bring two different people together in the marriage, they're not the same. They come from different backgrounds, different experiences, different values, and it's just tough. It's tough with in-laws because, again, we are commanded to honor our fathers and our mothers. And by proxy, our in-laws are our fathers and mothers. So you need to honor them. It's a very difficult thing to do, to be sure. I think one of the things that we've tried to do is, as the married couple, you got to have a united front. You cannot allow either sets of parents to manipulate or use you. So it would sound something like this: please, Mom, don't make me choose between you or my spouse because you're going to lose. So you want to try to have a united front, the two of you, when you go to the in-laws or living with the in-laws. Because the husbands are to, sacrificially give and do for their wives as Christ gave himself for the church. So the husband should try to run interference. The husband should try to protect, tell his mother to be nicer, or whatever that looks like. So the united front is one. I think communication is another.
I would say this is the most common problem. This is a challenge that most people have. Again, you've got a parent who is maybe viewing their married child as still their child, but they're not. They are to leave and cleave. And so it is a hard situation. I would agree that the number one thing is communication. You have to communicate to your parents and you have to communicate to your spouse. And it's hard. It's hard to say, I know you love your mom, but what you don't see is this. And this is how I feel, even if I'm wrong. Be very careful, but you have to have that conversation. And then the only other thing I don't like the word boundaries, but I can't think of another word concise. I like the 4 rules of communication in Ephesians 4, but that's going to take too long. But boundaries. So, you discuss ahead of time holidays. You can't go to every holiday to your husband's family if your wife's family has to take a turn. And you have to work these things out. If one family member helps you more financially, it's just hard. So you have to work all that out. And only thing can be done by communicating, and then by putting up boundaries, by letting your spouse know how you feel, and you two together deciding how can we work this out. Because fair is not equal. Fair might not look fair depending on if you live closer to one spouse is family, or if one spouse is only a only child and the other one has other children, or one spouse has more money. It's just going to look different. And you two have to communicate and see what that's going to look like and work it out. But the key is your spouse, you are to leave and cleave. So when it comes down to it, your spouse comes before your in-laws, and your in-laws do need to know that.